Aston Villa fans, I want to say one thing to you. Congratulations, because you might have just made the signing of the summer in Manzambi. Now, a lot of you guys might have not heard of Manzambi before the World Cup, which is understandable. But let me tell you one thing. What we saw in the World Cup was just a glimpse of what he actually can do. And 60 million euros on a player that's only played 38 games in the Bundesliga might seem expensive to some, but it actually might just be a bargain. Let's discuss. Now, when we're talking about Manzambi, we are talking about one of the rarest profiles you'll find in football. Why do I say that? He has all the capabilities to become a top box-to-box midfielder. He has all the capabilities to become an effective box-crushing midfielder. But then he also has all the capabilities to be causing absolute havoc from out wide. This is not normal. No one knows the player Manzambi will eventually become. But this is exactly why I'm so excited for Unai Emery to get his hands on it. But listen, Aston Villa are likely to lose Morgan Rogers to Arsenal. Manzambi's main role is going to be coming in to replace Morgan Rogers. So how do they actually compare? But before I put the graphic on the screen, I'm going to say one thing to you guys. Please concentrate on the numbers on the screen. I know how a lot of you guys work. You guys are going to see the green bars and say Rogers is miles ahead. That's not the case. In fact, guys, get some glasses, put them on, and concentrate, because you guys can see it. When we're looking at goals, Rogers is ahead, 0.25 to 0.2. When we're looking at XG, Manzambi is just slightly behind, 0.19 for Manzambi, 0.21 for Rogers. Shots, 1.88 for Manzambi, 1.96 for Rogers. And guys, you can understand what the recruitment team and the data team at Aston Villa were looking at in thinking that Manzambi, who's a couple of years younger, has the capability to replace what Rogers offers in front of goal. Before I show the passing metrics between the two, I do want to say one thing. Manzambi played in so many different roles for Freiburg last year. At times he was playing in the double pivot, at times he was playing in the 10, and at times he played out wide and was drifting inside. This is why it's very, very hard to fully contextualize these numbers. But one thing that did surprise me, and even though Manzambi played deeper, his assists and expected assist numbers were higher than Morgan Rogers. Manzambi also loves a through pass. You can see it when you watch him, and it's proven by the data that his through pass numbers are higher than Rogers. So he does offer something a bit different in the final third and in build up to Morgan. Now, to continue the Manzambi and Rogers comparison, I want you guys to see this graphic on the screen. This shows where Manzambi and Rogers initiate and complete threatening actions on the football pitch, and there's a big similarity between them too. Both of them, let's say, favour the left side of the pitch, the left channel of the football pitch. Of course, as you guys might expect, Manzambi has played slightly deeper for Freiburg at times, which is why his action map, let's say, is a bit deeper on the left side compared to Morgan Rogers. But you can clearly see the thinking behind this signing from Aston Villa. Now, anyone that's watched Manzambi play will say one thing in particular. This guy is a ball-carrying demon. He's comfortable taking large touches into space, but he's also equally as comfortable taking the smaller touches when progressing the ball. You guys can see the graphic on the screen for carries into the final third, for plays under the ages of under 23 in the Bundesliga. Who's fourth on that list? Manzambi. And listen, one thing that impresses me the most about Manzambi is almost his personality on the football pitch. And you guys can see he takes responsibility. This graphic here shows the share of team progression. Manzambi was in charge of 14.48% of Freiburg's progression when it comes to carry/passes in the Bundesliga. That's extremely, extremely impressive for me, because he's shown he wants to take responsibility for progressing the ball. And for me, football is becoming very, very man-to-man heavy in terms of the way teams are setting up on their press. If a team has a good ball carrier, it just allows you to create so much more space on the football pitch for other people, which is something I think Manzambi will do for Aston Villa. Now, when it comes to talking about Manzambi's strengths, I can be here all day. I can name you so many. Whether it's his timing into the box for late arrivals, extremely, extremely good. Whether it's his channel movement, which is extremely intelligent, or his ability to find space between lines, which is extremely impressive. But what are some areas of the game that I think Manzambi can improve on? I think everyone will say the same thing. When you look at Manzambi, you will say this guy is quite a big physical lad. However, I still think he could do better when it comes to his physical duels. I think at times he goes to ground too easily. I think he needs to learn how to use his body a little bit better, which, listen, he's a young kid, he's growing, he's going to naturally improve that. Also, I do think when he goes into ground duels, his physicality on those duels could be slightly improved. But listen, Manzambi has Unai Emery. Unai Emery is one of the best managers in the world, you could argue, at improving and platforming players, which, listen, I know he will do that extremely, extremely well with Manzambi. I have no problems with this signing. I think this is going to be one of the best signings of the summer for Aston Villa. I'm extremely jealous. Aston Villa fans should be excited. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave it a like and subscribe to the channel.